This really isn't that difficult. There's just lots of routing and cables. You have to be careful that you route everything correctly. We'll just have to set our clip-ons to this distance. Off it goes, and we're just gonna leave it hanging there. Because what we'll do is set up the new one. No big deal, we got another piece of tag-on hose. We'll set that up then.
Hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650 Eve here. Welcome to season 4 of the new bike build series. This season we're using this beautiful brand new 2018 Yamaha R1M, and with the help of our channel sponsor Manny from Moto Million, we're going to turn this motorcycle into something even more spectacular than it currently is. And then at the end of the build series, we are giving this motorcycle away to one of you amazing people that have supported the build series. Information on how you might win this motorcycle is in the description. In today's episode, Zach's gonna do some magical work at the front of the motorcycle with clip-ons and things like that. But before he does, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're currently a subscriber, tap that bell so you can be notified when new content is uploaded. So, let's see what Zach has to say.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, buddy.
Just scrolling through the Moto Million website.
Okay.
Seeing what we had for throttles and such. Nothing that we're using. Okay. Anyway, yeah, well, let's take a look at this while it's all together, or most of the way together.
Yes.
Haven't seen it that way for a while. Started it up last time, still ran, sounded good.
Yes,
Can't
it
wait to
did.
get it out on the road, test out those new brakes.
Today's almost a day you could ride it, weather-wise.
I know, it is nice enough, but we don't have everything completely bolted on. And we'll just give everyone just another moment to look at it, because it's coming back apart.
Yes.
We got to, we're going to install our IMA branded clip-ons, which are also handlebars. And that's going to give us the adjustability, because we have some really nice switchgear coming that look like Nintendo buttons, we call them sometimes.
Yes.
And they take up a fair amount of room. So with the clip-ons, we'll have a lot more room to fit all our master cylinders and the switchgear and stuff like that.
Yep.
And it'll also make our handlebars completely adjustable. We can move them in, out, and we can also change the length. Anytime you change the length, you'll change leverage, and you'll have more control over the motorcycle.
Absolutely.
So it'll be very adjustable to whoever wins it.
Yeah.
This really isn't that difficult. There's just lots of routing and cables. You have to be careful that you route everything correctly because it's turning. So you don't want anything to bind or pinch or hinder the movement of the motorcycle. So that's what you really need to pay attention to upon reassembly. Otherwise, you could just blast all this stuff off, put it off the side, and then put it back together.
Right.
But if you watch where everything is routed from the factory, it's best to kind of try to mimic that. That's how I always have the best luck, at least. So we use this screw on the airbox here as a point. We can hook onto that. And then we'll just come out to our end. We'll just have to set our clip-ons to this distance, no matter what, anyway. And that gives us 290 millimeters to that. So I drew a little picture that no one else would understand except for me.
Okay.
Because I'm a terrible artist.
Yeah.
And we'll mark that down, and we'll measure the other side.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we got plenty. We are gonna have to unplug those fork wires though, because we need to get this off.
Okay.
So they are keeping that retained. Look at that.
No
We didn't
way.
have to do that.
Wow.
It's not like the BMW.
On the BMW, only the left side's active, right? The right side's not.
But it doesn't plug in on the fork. It plugs in down the bottom. All right.
Freaking
Well, that's
cool.
easier.
Well, let's see if this side does that. Maybe
I would
it'll
imagine so.
trick you.
Nope, looks the same.
Nice. I love that.
All right, we can go ahead and plug that back in down there.
Okay. You know, that doesn't surprise me with this being such a track-focused motorcycle that they made that so convenient to release.
So we just loosened up the bolt that holds these in place.
And off it goes.
And off it goes, and we're just going to leave it hanging there. Because what we'll do is set up the new one, and then hopefully just move this over one component at a time.
Okay.
Because that usually works out best. So we got our IMA, as you can see it says right on it. Aluminum billet, machined clip-ons. Two parts. This part's going to go around the fork. This is what's going to hold our handlebar. You can see we have nice little grading adjustment for the degree of downward or upward slope that you want. If you want your bars up, you could have them up. If you'd like them angled down, you can have them angled down.
That's super cool.
Yeah, super cool. So the stock ones look like they were down just a hair. You can see this is straight and then this drops off.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go probably just we'll go to 2.5 degrees down from straight. We'll start with that at least.
Okay.
And then get this big fancy bolt right here that holds it all together. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with our ignition switch too much. Looks like it should be okay. So we don't know the height yet because we'll have to put the upper triple tree on first, so we can't tighten this.
Yeah.
We can get that in, and then we can get our handlebar in just so we can have an idea of what everything's going to look like. It has a slot cut into it if you look here, so the bolts must have to be out because then they're going to show you in just a second here. As soon as this bolt comes out, it'll sit right in the slot and lock it in. Yep, that's what it was. So they both have to come out. So we don't really get to adjust the length on these particular ones. That's set for us.
Okay.
A lot of them, this would have a cutout on the backside, and you could slide that in and out as far as you wanted. So that would give you length adjustment as well. These are a good bit longer than the stock.
I see that.
For sure. We'll have lots of leverage. Triple tree back on.
All right.
Sometimes it just takes a little push forward in the karate chop.
Yeah. Literally.
In place. And yeah, once we get that set, then we know where our we'll just run our clip-ons right up to it. I mean, you could run them a little. Yeah, there's enough room on the fork. You could run them lower if you wanted to, but I don't think that's necessary in our situation. So first thing we'll do is put the steering stem nut back on while everything's loose. This will get torqued first, and then you torque up your pinch bolts.
Got the torque specs?
Yep, 115 newton meters.
All right.
If we snap it, then we have to use the IMA ones, right?
Right. No question about that.
All right, that's way tighter than I would feel comfortable pinching stuff usually, but all right.
Okay.
That's what the torque spec is. We'll have to find something to go in these two little holes.
Oh, yeah.
Since we're not using them anymore. Alright, well that worked out rather well.
Okay.
So now we can plug our forks back in and get our brake master cylinder back installed in the reservoir. Alright, so we were able to get in there with our ball end Allen socket, and we were just able to get a torque wrench in there and get these bolts torqued to 7.5 newton meters. So that's a good thing. And the spec for the bolts on the outside, I believe it was set the same. Oh no, they're even lighter. They're like 5 newton meters.
Okay.
So we got them snugged up, and we got our bars installed. The overall bar is about the same length, but I think it gets positioned out longer because of this part. Because as you can see, our reservoir, our hose is kind of short.
Yeah.
So we're changing this out anyway. No big deal. We got another piece of Tygon hose. We'll set that up then.
Okay.
And so for right now, I think we're going to call this our clip-ons mock installed.
Yes.
And ready. We're going to go on in the next video, change out our throttle cables and our throttle housing to a domino one. That's
Oh,
what it
okay.
is. So we'll get this guy installed in the next video.
Cool.
We'll have some quick quarter-turn throttle action.
Nice.
So that'll be exciting.
Yep.
Well, yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah,
And,
man.
We'll catch everyone in the next video.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
All right. Thanks, Zach. Well, yeah, as you can see, that took a little while for him to get that all configured, but it looks nice, and it's going to perform even better with more adjustability and all that kind of cool stuff. So, yeah. This bike's going to be amazing once it's all done. Somebody's going to be extremely happy to win this motorcycle in just a couple of weeks here. Information on how you can do that is in the description. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap that bell so you can be notified when new content is uploaded. The amazing motorcycle is almost done. It's looking great. All these performance parts and beautiful parts are going to really set this bike apart from any other Yamaha R1M that you might find on your city streets. So stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for viewing the video. We will catch you guys next time on the New Bike Build series. Later, Zach.